Hey everybody, welcome to the Menace Podcast. I'm your host, Rex. I own Drawn In Media, a video production company located in Logan, Utah. We specialize in helping brands or helping businesses define their brand, tell their stories, and find more customers. Today's podcast is my very first podcast, so forgive me if I'm a little bit rusty or rough around the edges. But today's podcast is going to be about misconceptions regarding video marketing and video production. These are things that I run into with clients a lot. And this podcast is really geared towards maybe helping clients understand from the production end some of the issues that we have to deal with, and maybe even helping production companies explain to their clients why certain things will work or won't work, or kind of helping to debunk some of the myths that surround video production. So, with that said, video is pretty much the medium you want to use to advertise. It's the king of SEO. It's really going to help your website get found through Google. Google loves SEO. Video works really well on social media. A lot of people use video or watch video on social media platforms. YouTube is another great one. It's even owned by Google. So if you're posting on there or sharing on there, that's really going to help drive more traffic to your SEO, to your website. So video pretty much is the best medium for a lot of reasons, like I just mentioned. Plus, it's also the best way to generate or create an emotional connection with your leads or your customers. I'll give you a little story. I was recently looking for a service, and I had a lot of people recommend a couple different companies to me. And I went and checked out the companies, looked at their websites. They all had pretty good presentations, and they had a really good explanation of what they did. But only one company had a video on their website. And in that video, there was a couple of people who worked for the company talking about what they did and just kind of generally educating me on their services and some of the extra things that they do. And it gave it a personal touch. So after, investigating the other companies a little bit more and not really finding any video on them, I was more compelled to go with the company that had video. And in fact, I actually wound up doing business with them because they had a video. For one, I emotionally connected with it. I saw that there were real people working there who cared. And second, I'm a little bit partial to video production and video marketing myself, so I was really impressed that they even did that. So that's just kind of a tip right there. So let's go ahead and get started now that you know that video marketing is pretty much the way to go for your company. The first misconception I run into a lot is that people think or say, the videos can only be 60 seconds or less, otherwise they're just not effective. Or if you really want effective video, they have to be 60 seconds or less. This is partially true. You don't want to just have all short form videos, though, just 15, 30, or 60 second videos. You want those videos to drive traffic to your website, your blog, maybe your digital marketplace or something like that. But you also want to develop a brand, and that's where you need these shorter videos to really point to longer form videos. And what's great about long form videos is you can make a long form video and then pull little snippets out of that to help drive more traffic to your website or your business that way. Also, a long form video is a great way to establish yourself as an expert or an authority in your field or market or whatever product or services you're selling. Because if you can sit there and talk for a while about it and really inform your audience, that's going to really build trust in you. You're going to build an emotional connection with the viewer, and they're going to more than likely want to do business with you because of it. So that's why it's a misconception in a sense that it doesn't all have to be that short. In fact, I would recommend you don't do all your video marketing that short. I like short, punchy ads. I like short things that really make sense and resonate very quickly. But the reason that there's like that fact out there that, people's attention span is 47 seconds, that's not telling the whole story. People are scrolling through their social media platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and they're looking for value. That's what they're looking for. And if you can make something longer with value, they're gonna watch it. So it doesn't have to stay 60 seconds or less. Another misconception, number 2, that I run into is I can have a student or a family member film it. Video production really is easy and simple. Video production isn't that simple, especially if you want quality things. And I know where this misconception comes from. It comes from people. Everybody has everybody has a camera in their pocket now. And it's easy to assume that, like, oh, great, it's just a camera. You just point it, film it, and you're done. And if you want good production and you really want to tell a story, you want to explain how one of your products works or how your service works, you need to have a production company do that for you. They need to plan it out, script it. You need to shoot it with cameras that work really well. That's as great and as convenient as, the camera on your iPhone is. It definitely lacks in dynamic range and color space and kind of versatility in what you can do with the footage afterwards. They're great tools, don't get me wrong. They're great for capturing, everyday stuff. The reason I really recommend having a professional do it is, think of it like this. Your business is your baby. It's something that you've built from the ground up. You love it. You've nurtured it. You've got it to where it is today. Do you really want to trust an inexperienced person to help you grow that business? If you want to make $1 million more, going to somebody for free is not going to really solve that issue or meet that goal. Another way of think of it as you have a classic car, like a 1967 Camaro or a 65 Mustang, or maybe like a 69 Dodge Charger, right? And you've built this car over the years. You've got it looking just the way you want. It's a work of art. You love it. But it's got a problem. If there's something you can't figure out that's wrong with it, you need to diagnose it. Are you going to take it to the kid down the street that doesn't know the difference between a spark plug or a gas cap? Or are you going to take it to, Ed's downtown, who's been working on old cars for 40 or 50 years, or maybe 20 or 30, whatever it is? More than likely, you're going to go to the professional, because I would hope you would want to go to the professional, because I'm sure that car has got a lot of money invested in it, and you want to make sure that it gets fixed right. So don't just have a family member or student do it. I mean, if you're doing like a quick Facebook Live or something on your phone, that's fine. But if you want to have real video production where you're having an origin story, testimonials, product videos, stuff like that, you got to get a professional to do it. I really recommend professionals all the time, but it's up to you. Number 3, shooting video is easy and can be done in no time at all. This is one that I run into a lot, where, let's say I'm going to film like a testimonial, or if I'm going to film a commercial, we have to take time to plan out that commercial, come up with a storyboard, the images that we're going to capture. That stuff takes time. Then when we're out on location, and that could either be a location we scouted or a location that our customers picked, we have to set up. We got to set up lights, cameras, audio, all that stuff. We got to block where our actors are going to be, or wherever we need in the frame. If I'm shooting a testimonial at a location my customer picks rather than my studio, we'll go and look at the space early in the day. We really need access to that room for a while, because we're going to take things out of the room, or at least move them out of frame, so that the frame looks good, everything that the viewer is seeing looks good. It's not a cluttered mess. So great care is taken with that. It's not just throwing down a camera and turning it on and there you go, you're done. There's a lot that goes into it, especially if you want a good quality image. Quality video is not just filmed by luck. Spielberg isn't lucky. J.J. Abrams doesn't get lucky. Okay, Roger Deakins doesn't get lucky. These are people that have years of experience with cameras and composition and lighting, and they know what they're looking for and they know how to get it. And that's why those images look so good. Same goes for commercials and TV shows and everything else. So don't assume that filming is easy. And this kind of leads into the next question, which is, I hear a lot, is video production costs too much. Quality video production does cost a lot. Now, the cost of video production has come down a lot, and that's because the tools are more accessible. They're not as expensive as they used to be, and it's easy to get all that stuff. And it's also, people can produce things on smaller budgets if they have to. But if you want to solve big problems, like you want your business to grow by $1 million or $3 million, or even just $150,000, be prepared to make an investment. Good video usually starts around $7,000 and can go all the way up to millions of dollars. I have had customers come to me and say, "Oh, we want to grow our business. We really like your work, and our budget is $3,000." And I have to say, well, unfortunately, there's just no way I can service you, because that doesn't even meet the bottom price I need to even show up and film, bring the camera and the crew and everybody. And I talk to them, I say, what is your problem? What are you trying to solve? I may know somebody who can be cheaper if you'd like. And usually what I find out is a lot of my customers are like, oh, well, we're worried, we're not meeting our goals. The business is declining, and we're worried that we could possibly lose $1 million this year or the next quarter, and we need help. We need help solving it. We know that video production, video marketing is the way to go. And generally with that, if you're having problems that big, well, I think expecting $3,000 to fix it is not going to work. And again, you can try that route, but if you really want to solve $1 million problems, you're going to have to make a little more of an investment. And like I said, that's going to probably be between $7,000 to maybe $30,000-$40,000. So expect that if you want to solve a problem, it's going to cost a little bit of money, especially if you want it to look good and you want that video to match your brand identity, your brand essence, and just the polish and quality of the brand and the experience that you want your customers to have. So production is not as high cost as it used to be. A lot of video production used to be in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. And now that the quality of the cameras has gone up and the price has gone down, like I said, those prices usually start around $7,000 and go up from there, depending on what you need. So be prepared to make an investment. There's always more than one person involved in a good production. The next misconception that I hear a lot is video doesn't work for our products or service. I can guarantee you video marketing will work for your business, and I kind of touched on this earlier. You have customers that would love to share their story about your product, service, or customer experience that changed their life or made things better for them. Your business has a story and a mission that no one will know about unless you share it. And the best way to do it, like I said, is through video production and video marketing, because people really connect with the people that they're seeing on the screen, talk to them, or explain something to them, something that they can identify with. You also will have employees or salespeople that need training. So video is another way you can train them without having to take all the time to do that. Now, I was going to say this. The reason video is so good, as business owners, we all know this. We don't have enough time to do all the things that we need to do. And the beautiful thing about video is video is the partner that never quits. It's that one thing that's always there that can be instantly recalled, replayed, anywhere, anytime. It's the salesman that's always available and ready to pitch or help the customer with a problem or issue. Like I said, video is just that good because people can watch it again and again. They can share it. They can go back and watch it again. Your employees can do the same thing if they're trying to learn something. You don't have to spend all that time and money training people or informing people or selling to people. It's the greatest thing. And it doesn't complain. It's not like, oh, this is too early, or I am sick today, I can't come in. Video is always there and ready. So I guarantee you video marketing will work for your business if you're using it right, and in some of the ways I just explained. All right, number 6, the last one I want to talk about is I don't need video marketing. I do have, people I talk to or businesses I try to pitch to, and that's an answer I'll get. Well, we don't need video marketing. I'm gonna really disagree with this. Yes, you do. Every business needs to stay relevant in order to be sustainable. Video is the conduit to your customers. Everybody likes to joke or complain that anywhere you go, if you look around, you're going to see tons of people on their phones or their iPads or whatever it is, scrolling through social media or news or whatever it is that they're looking at. That's where your customers are. That's where humans are interacting and engaging. And that's where your marketing needs to be, on social media, on the web. And most of those people are watching video. Scroll through your social media account right now and tell me what percentage of the posts, ads, shares, or comments are video or some other form of motion graphics like GIFs. Guarantee you it's around 70%. That's the figure right now. 70% of content on social media and the internet is video. And that number is going to grow. So it'll probably grow to around 90%. People engage with video more than any other post on social media. They'll stop and they'll watch it and they'll engage with it. And the great thing about video is you can actually interact or see results from it. You can ask your audience members at the end of the audience, what did you think? Did you like what I said? Did you not like what I said? Do you agree? Do you not agree? What part of this video really stuck out to you? And your customers will respond. That's instant engagement. That's instant market testing. It's all that good stuff. Video is a great tool, and every business needs to have it. Now, I hope I helped you guys understand some of the misconceptions and maybe get a better grasp on video marketing, video production. If you have questions, please leave them below. Let me know in the comments too what you thought of this podcast. Is there any part that really stuck out to you, that really resonated with you, or maybe something that you just didn't understand or you think I'm wrong about? If you want to, roast me in the comments. If you want to, praise me. Whatever it is, I look forward to seeing the engagement in the comment section below. Thanks for watching the Video Menace Podcast or listening, and I'll see you guys on the next one. And remember,
the ice is gonna break!